So we're here this morning to talk about the Grant Career College Consortium, and I'm going to give you a little bit of background to the project. So we'll all be aware of the current recruitment and retention demands on the health and social care workforce. Obviously, that's been brought into sharp focus over the last couple of months with the COVID-19 pandemic as well. So essentially, this project is our response, our regional collaborative response to that recruitment and retention issue of workforce. We've got three main partners involved in the project. That's obviously Colleague Grant, and Bevan University Health Board, the regional partnership team, but then we also have representation on the consortium from the 5 local authorities in Grant, Care Forum Wales, and we also have provider representation from Mirrors, and they provide a range of services to people with disabilities, and so they're on the consortium as well. So down the one side of the page, I'm not going to go through it all, but that's our kind of plan on the page really. So what we're aiming to do, and we'll go into that in more detail as we go along. And then our vision essentially is working together to develop a skilled and compassionate health and social care workforce across Gwent by creating work-based opportunities and seamless routes into the health and social care sector. The other thing to say is that this project taps into the recent workforce strategy published in October by HIW and Social Care Wales. So within that long-term strategy for workforce, there's 7 themes, and I think this project is already striving to tap into those 7 key themes, and probably pick up on that as we go along. So I just wanted to show you this quick clip. This was filmed as part of the We Care Wales National Attraction and Recruitment Campaign, and I think this film neatly captures some of our key objectives. So through the clip, you should see where we're adding values to courses through partnership working. We're looking to develop robust work placements linked to local employment opportunities. We're building a digitally ready workforce. And of course, it also taps into the wider recruitment and attraction angle that we're looking to capture as part of the project as well. So encouraging younger people to consider a career in care.
Good morning.
We're here to teach you a little bit about technology to see what you could do on it. My name's Isabel Evren and I'm a Health and Social Level 3 student.
My name's Tyne, I'm studying at Pontypool College.
Elderly people can find themselves at home all day on their own sometimes. Teaching them something little as how to use a tablet, how to get a video up or use an app can really make a big impact on their day.
Yeah.
I've learned quite a lot from the carers today, being the youngsters and all that. With the different things, a tablet, I could teach them all the say out things that have happened years ago, but they're teaching me what's happening now.
A couple of weeks ago, we had 2 professionals come in.
Thank you for inviting us here today.
And talk to us about being a digital hero.
They come in, demonstrated to us different types of apps and accessibility ways that we can show older adults in care how to use it more beneficially. The course they delivered was really helpful. It's helped us expand our own knowledge and skills when out on placement.
I think it's really important for people to take up studying in social care. Obviously it's a career that's always going to be there, and there's such a variety of roles within the care sector.
I enjoyed being able to see them happy. It was nice to see how content they were with it and how much they enjoyed it. Just seeing their reactions really makes my day.
So that was the film we shot as part of the We Care Wales campaign. I'm pleased to say that Izzy and Tyne, who you saw in that video, are now studying to become nurses at university, and it just gives you a flavour really of our approach within the college consortium. I'm now going to pass you on to Gary so I can relax.
Yeah, good morning everyone. I hope you can hear me. My role in Colleague Gwen is to oversee a wide range of provision across the 5 campuses that we have in this region. And in my portfolio are courses related to care. So I'm really, really pleased to work with this project because quite genuinely, this is shaping strategic planning in the college, and it is impacting on how we deliver our courses and what provision we put in place for our students. The numbers on the screen in front of you give you an idea of the size of provision we have in this region. But I want to make clear that although the project impacts directly on health and social care students and our access students, it also impacts on a wider group of students. I'm very, very keen to work with A-level students, for example, and really help to shape their decision making in terms of careers that they want to pursue in the future. We're still suffering from having many learners come to college who want to become doctors or nurses, and they have no idea of what is available outside of that narrow route. And obviously we help people become doctors and nurses, but the project is allowing us to talk about wider career opportunities. And I'm really pleased that what this project is doing is enriching the experience for our students. So as well as just delivering courses, as we've always done, we're now offering more improved work placements, and we're also offering wider enrichment. Our students can now undertake things like phlebotomy, a word that I wouldn't have used in well, my previous life at all. But we're talking to employers about what additionality can we give to our students that makes them more work ready. So using the scope that we have with curriculum in Wales, we are slotting in wider opportunities for students to have experience, but also appropriate training. And it may not lead to a qualification, but it certainly leads to an experience that our students can talk about when they're interviewed in the future. And I've been working with Gino particularly to try and understand what are the barriers to actually getting a job with a Naira and Bevan? Is it to do with language? A lot of it is. A lot of it is understanding structures in big organizations and knowing what employers are looking for when they actually interview young people. In case I haven't made this clear, the majority of our students are 16 to late 20s. They are a very important group of young people that we need to make sure when they leave us, they're aware of all the opportunities in the local area and further afield. If you can move to the next slide, Chris, please. Just as an example, and it's quite a small example in a way, we've got quite a big number of ESOL learners that we're also working with. So these are individuals for whom English is not their first language. They need help to improve their English. And this is just a small example of one learner who has gone through the system and is now actually directly impacting back on the National Health Service because her PhD is all about ensuring that health and safety is fully embedded in everything that the NHS does. Now, obviously, you would hope it is, but this is exploring other ways of making that happen. And as part of this project, we're looking at more and more examples like this of people that have worked their way through education and are now placed in various roles in health and social care. So over to the next slide.
So I think this is me, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, really, to sum up what Gary's just said, Malika is the perfect example of what we're trying to achieve here, where you've got someone who has gone through the college system, and we've supported with the intention of someone like that becoming our employee. So far, achievements of what we've done, we've most of this actually Gary's covered, but course development and top-up courses to meet the needs of the sector, added value to course delivery, alignment of health work placement. So that's what I mentioned before. So with the college students who are doing, for example, health and social care, the college is providing them with all this sort of theoretical education, but we can provide them with the practical skills that they need. So we're developing a pathway for these students from Coleg Gwent, where they would eventually come to us in the health board to complete their work placement, which allows them then to get the qualification. For us, obviously, we would look at those students as potentially future employees. They're aware of our environment. We've essentially trained them up. Now they could either go on to, as Gary said, go on to nursing, they could go on to medicine, but at the end of the day, they will hopefully come back to us when the time is right and they finish those courses. Some of those students won't go on to further higher education, but we would then hopefully fast track them onto what we call the bank system, and they would come and work for us once they've graduated from Coleg Gwent. So it's pretty obvious the benefits for us as an organisation, but it's also working, the benefits for the college, that we can support them and they can support us into for their students to either further their education or actually find employment with us. Sharing funding opportunities. COVID-19 response, we did take on 18 students onto our resource bank, as I meant, resource bank earlier this year, and hopefully moving forward we will be able to have a more streamlined system with that. COVID obviously has taught us an awful lot, so hopefully moving forward, those students who do work placement with us, we can fast track them on the bank, and theoretically they could still continue doing their studies and work with us on the bank, gaining skills. We've also looked at the fast track volunteer placements. So we as the person-centered care team, we look after the volunteers across the Nile and Bevan, and we thought that it would be a great opportunity for students who needed some experience to come and actually volunteer with us in different areas. That would help with their communication skills, empathy skills. It could also help students who potentially wanted to go into medicine or nursing, just to get an insight of the environment and get some other skills which could enhance their UCAS forms as well. Retaining of staff coming back to the sector. Again, we work closely with Coleg Gwent to think about access to nursing courses, and again, either them doing work placement with us or doing volunteering with us. Challenges: bringing together large organisations. I believe we are one, if not the largest health board in Wales. Don't quote me on that one, but I think population-wise we have the highest population. Again, don't quote me on that, I might have got it wrong, but we're pretty large. We've got no normal 15,000 staff, and we cover 5 boroughs, and they're the most populated boroughs in Wales. Large period of exploration required. Long period of exploration required. College had a period of organisation development. Data collection on student progress. We need to check where these students are going, and because we've now forged a greater partnership with Coleg Gwent, we will be able to do that much better. COVID-19 placements and qualifications, we've already touched on that, but they have actually, the students now who are going to come into volunteer with us actually will have a great impact on our COVID-19 crisis. They will really be able to support us in delivering better healthcare. So, for example, it's been in the public eye this week about loneliness on wards, loneliness in the community, and these are the students who are going to help us tackle those issues. So we are really positive about that.
Thank you, Gina. I'm conscious of time now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Have you?
The next slide. We're almost done.
Yeah.
The future. So we're developing a partnership, a simulation suite, very similar to what they do in universities in Cardiff, where students can get practical skills in a simulation environment, improve data collection analysis, develop and deliver a joint access to medicine course. So we're working with Coleg Gwent so we could support those students who maybe were not so privileged to get into medicine, as medicine can be sometimes looked as elitist. Develop a work placement program, including internships and apprenticeships with us. We've also looking at internships for learning disability students at the college, and finally develop the digital and technology capabilities of the workforce. And final slide, I believe, Chris.
Yeah, just to say that thanks very much.
Did we want to mention about this logo, Chris?
Oh yeah, just to say that somewhere where we've added value, our kind of public-facing social media and some of the resources that we've developed around this project. The logo has been designed by Coleg Gwent students, so the design students helped us out.